Alright, now I don't know if you remember 7, 8 years ago when the Canucks were actually a good fucking team. They had a formula going. They had their Swedes who weren't going to hit anybody. All they were going to do was score. And then they just had a whole bunch of nasty motherfuckers. A whole bunch of pricks and a whole bunch of big, big boys on defense. And they'd punish you. And they would not make you want to go in those corners. And, I think that they should just go exactly the same way with Pedersen. And I think they got this guy, Oyolievi or whatever. And, you got a bunch of young, Europeans. You got to get some tough guys around them. And I just noticed that, I was watching Virtanen again because I've always fucking loved Jake Virtanen. So I looked him up. The man is 230 pounds. That's a fucking big boy. He drilled Giordano last night, and that's why I was looking it up. And I just, made me think of the old Canucks when they had Bieksa and Kessler and Burrows and Rafi Torres and fucking all Rome and all these big boys who you do not want to fuck with. And they had great goaltending, and we all know they have Thatcher Demko, and who's gonna be there soon. And honestly, the Canucks, they're not even a bad team now, at all. Because if you look last year, they weren't even that horrible. Like, they weren't nearly as bad as a Buffalo or an Ottawa. And this team, unlike those teams, already has top prospects. Now, when I say that, obviously the Sabres have good young players, but not amazing prospects compared to the Canucks. Now, obviously, now they do with Dahlin, but if you'd asked me before the draft, you'd say, yeah, the Canucks have better prospects, obviously. Anyways, this could be a playoff team this year. Honestly, I could see a Colorado kind of thing going here. Because if Pedersen's the real deal offensively, you just added a star player. And, I don't know about other people, but I think Bo Horvat is going to be really fucking good. I think that he's going to be the X factor in the Canucks. In the Canucks, how am I forgetting this? In the Canucks rebuild. And, obviously Brock Besser. We all know about him. That's like a fucking 40-goal scorer probably for a while. You could have whoever on the Pedersen line, and then you could have Horvat and maybe, Besser. I don't know. Any way you put those first two lines, they're good. The defensemen, they need work. I don't know why they would take Quinn Hughes. Oh, my God. You could have had Dobson or Bouchard. You need the big man who can control the game behind there, not a power play specialist. That's not what you need. You don't need a power play specialist. Justin Schultz is a power play specialist. Justin Schultz isn't an amazing defenseman. He's a good offensive defenseman. And, once they can figure that shit out, they kind of fucked themselves there, honestly. If they had taken Dobson there, let's say, I would have been like, oh my God, the Canucks are going to be so fucking good. But they didn't. So I think they're retards. And I don't know why they never draft Canadians for some reason. They always draft everything but Canadians. Like, think of their team. This isn't really has anything to do with this year, but I don't know why. They got their Pedersen, Yolevi, Quinn Hughes, Besser. They've always been like that. Like with the Sedins, like they always have a bunch of, like a lot of Europeans and not really any Canadians. And yeah, bottom line, this could potentially be a playoff team if they can get some goaltending. Other than that, they get a star defenseman next year in the draft, then they're laughing.